What's up, guys? Back again with another video. So I know it's been a little minute, but I'm back, and let me show you guys something real quick. All right, before we talk about the video, today is about, middlemen, right? We talk about the brokers and middlemen and stuff like that. But it works both ways. It's a need for brokers and middlemen and stuff like that, especially when you're trying to get multiple trucks and build an actual trucking business. You're gonna need services that's gonna help you out with that, because you can't do everything yourself, even though right now I'm still a one-man show. But take a look at this. All right, somebody ran into my truck, all right, and look at this part right here. Good thing I'm not sure how this part get hit. My window didn't get broke. I guess trailer or whatever, I don't know if it was oversized equipment or something like that they tried to back into the spot with and actually hit the truck, or it was a trailer, who knows. But the thing is about this is that if you take a look at this. Look how much space from that space to my truck. So if you're trying to back into this spot right here, you got all this space to back up. Crazy, because believe it or not, I witnessed someone hit my trailer twice. The first time I was in the truck, and another semi truck tried to make a right turn and ended up bumping the back of the trailer and tearing up the fender on his truck, but it didn't damage my trailer, so I didn't say anything about that. I kind of just like kept on about my day. And the other time was I was actually at a receiver, and I was sitting parked across from my truck because they make you disconnect. So I was watching my trailer sitting across from it like this. Someone's trying to back in, and they actually scraped my trailer, or they brushed up their trailer against my trailer. And in that instance, I didn't say anything about that. So I've witnessed my trailer get bumped twice, and now someone bumped the truck and actually did some physical damage to it, right? Some cosmetic damage to it. But man, how do you run into my truck? Like, how do you run into somebody's truck with that? You know what I'm saying? I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad because there's really nothing you can do about it. I see a lot of truck with war wounds and stuff out here. And that's one of them situations where, it's really just cosmetic, and it didn't do no real damage to my truck. Even though if that was like your car or something like that, it'll be a lot different, because, you worry more about the appearance of it when this is, a work vehicle. But still, man, that is tough, because there's nothing I can do about it. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But anyway, unless, call the insurance company and say, hey, I got some damage on my door, or try to get the door replaced and painted, or bondoed, or whatever they have to do to replace that. It's just just one of those things. But so guys, the other truck that I purchased is running. I got it leased onto a company, and like I told you guys before, if you didn't have a CDL, how you could have got in the trucking business was just being an investor. The same things that I tell you about is the same things that I apply myself. So that particular truck, I didn't want to lease it onto my authority and run it and operate it and all those things. So this is where I say middlemen come into place, because I actually took the truck to a company, a container company actually, and they're handling everything. All I do is collect a check every single week. Of course, I talk to the driver. All the money or the revenue that the truck makes comes to me, and I pay my driver directly. But the truck is running underneath their authority. I have their insurances and stuff like that on the truck, and all that comes out of the settlement, and I get a check every single week for that truck. And it's so easy, so simple. All I have to do is pay the driver. Now, it's easy for me to scale my business up that way by, let's say, for example, purchasing trucks, take them over there, let them run, let them earn revenue, and then once I keep continuing to build the groundwork and the foundation on what I have going on under my authority, if I want to do so, let's say I decide to get out the truck completely and operate and run those trucks, then I can bring them onto my authority and have employees and stuff like that. But then again, that's middlemaning, right? You know, I'm gonna need someone else in the middle handling things. And the reason why I'm talking about middleman is because some people get mad and upset with brokers because, you know, they are really undercutting the freight, which they are. You know, they're taking out big chunks and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, we still need brokers and stuff like that, because a lot of shippers don't want to deal with drivers directly. Because if you got one truck operation and I'm a shipper and I got 100 loads that need to go somewhere, they'll rather deal with a broker, because a broker will have multiple different trucking companies that they could contact, and they could get somebody to move 20 of them, get another company to move 15 of them, and get another company to move another 10 and stuff like that. It'll be multiple companies running all of those 100 loads when you only have one truck. So, you know, it's not going to never be a situation to where we can completely get rid of the brokerage side, you know, and just go straight to the shipper, which you can. It is freight out there. If you build a relationship, you can definitely go to shippers and get direct freight. But my personal issue with that is, like, let's say, you know, if you running hard, you doing all these loads and stuff like that, and it's just you're going to be personally obligated to run those loads. So if they say, hey, I got, you know, 25 loads that I need you to run, you're going to have to be there to run those loads. You know, you can't take no days off. You know, you may, depending on how your contract is set up, but, you know, you're going to be contracted, obligated to run those loads, and you know you're gonna have to get it done by any means necessary. So me, I don't like that style. So I like the flexibility of running wherever I want to go and taking off whenever I want to take off, and have that flexibility to kind of like balance that work life, you know. So that's where I'm at with that. But man, outside of that, everything is going good. I hope everybody is doing well. You know, I know that the rates and all of that is kind of like an issue right now when it comes to having your trucking business and running your truck, but the main thing that I'm really focusing on, even though that I purchased this other truck, is keeping my overhead low. And that's another reason why I just took it over to another company to run it, because all I have is the truck payment on that truck. I don't have to worry about carrying insurance and all of that, even though the insurance come out of the settlement every single week. And believe it or not, it's not that expensive. My overall weekly deductions for that truck is 160 bucks, and anything out of that, as much as the truck gross outside of fuel, is net pay. So that's how I decided to work that one out. So if I decide to do something different with the truck eventually later on, I will let you guys know. But from now, that's what it's doing. I plan on purchasing another one and doing the same thing, just repeating that, you know, probably next year maybe. But you know, I'm scaling slow. I'm not in a big rush to jump out there and buy 5 and 6 trucks at a time, which I can if I wanted to, because like I said, takes me back to everything that I talk about, which is building your business credit, building and working on your personal credit. Because also, I'm gonna say this, a lot of these banks are cracking down. They're watching YouTube videos, and a lot of people out here is giving you different strategies on what to do and how to, you know, obtain credit and stuff like that, especially on the business side, you know, or, you know, using yourself as a personal guarantee to purchase cars and trucks and stuff like that on the business name. And a lot of these companies and a lot of these banks are watching that stuff, you know. And I've seen now to where you used to could go, you still can, but you just never know. But it's been interesting in situations to where you go to a dealership and you purchase a vehicle under your business name, they would report that to your personal credit as well, and you would just look like a co-signer on it. So, you know, a lot of the banks is cracking down on this stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about and stuff like that, you know, I'm gonna have to get more data points and come back and do update videos, because a lot of things can change within the time that I said, especially if you don't implement it or apply it as soon as I tell you or talk about it. You know, if you don't do it, you know, those things may change. So I know people leave comments like, no, it's this and that. That's because maybe if you wait 6, 7 a year later, you see a video that's a year old, some of those strategies have changed when it comes to these banks, because they evolve, they grow, they update their terms and agreements and all these different type of things. And then now you have to try to find another way to get to where you're trying to go. You know, you're gonna have to adapt. The banks adapt, they adjust to everything that we talk about. And you just got to keep moving forward. But what they can't stop is you working on your personal credit and getting things the right way and not skipping any steps. If you take the necessary steps, then, you know, it's like a no-brainer. You can get to where you're going. So work on your personal credit, start your businesses right now. If you're planning on starting a trucking company, because I know everybody don't want to own trucks. You know, everybody don't want to have a fleet and all this type of stuff. You can just be a company driver and make real good money in the trucking industry. Even with things the way they are now, it's going to come back. It can't stay this way forever. So just keep in mind, we just got to weather the storm and everything's going to be all right. But with that being said, man, you know, I'ma just keep things as simple and easy as possible. And it sucks that somebody ran into my truck, but you know, what do? You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think I should do about this. You know, who I'm gonna report to, who I'm gonna tell. My insurance company, so they can raise my rates when everything is already out of whack and I'm trying to lower my overhead and not not tack on any more situations. But I appreciate you guys as always. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you in the next video.